Mic's not picking me up. Yes, it is. There we go. Just took a second to kick in. Welcome back to the Hypermine vanilla server version 121.8. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm here at the base to get some resources because I've been busy setting up a new minigame. So this week, recently, got to join Oni, Fireside, and a couple of the others to muck around in the minigame district and try out a few of the minigames that are set up over there. And while we were there, I sat there thinking, what minigames could I bring in myself? Is there any minigames I can make that I think would go quite nice? And as the stream title suggests, I've figured one out. And I have mostly built all the redstone for it. I just need to do the testing and making sure everything's working as anticipated. So that's where we're going over in a moment. I just need to grab some resources here before I do. We need to decorate it, make it look nice, put in a bunch of signs, that kind of stuff so people know how to play. So I'm going to need some dirt. You will need some gravel. Where's my gravel? There it is. So I can make some more coarse dirt. We need mud, but we don't want packed mud. Well, we do actually want some packed mud. Not mud bricks, though. It means we need some wheat. I might not have any wheat, so I might have to do something about that. Stop by spawn, get some wheat. That's why I got this water bottle and some more dirt so I can get some mud. We're going to need some soul sand and some soul soil, which we don't have much of, so I have to get some more of that. And do we have any other sort of suitable dirty grey blocks? We might be able to make some brown terracotta. Do you have any brown dye? Where's my cocoa beans? You'll be in here, I imagine. Yeah, there they are. How does brown terracotta look? Yeah, that probably goes with what I'm going for over there. So let's get a couple more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of the other things I need to find is I need to get a really good supply of either bone meal or dyes for this game. And you'll see why in a little bit. So let's put the undyed terracotta away. Any other blocks I think would be good here? Bricks. Bricks might work. Let's make a stack real quick and see how they fit when we get there. That's the first time I've made bricks on this server. Interesting. We'll have some just generic bump as well because I only got some idea for chains. Right. That should do. Let's swing by spawn real quick, see if there's some wheat to gather. I'll obviously gather some myself because we have those starter farms down here. Got to dodge past all the happy guests, which I feel are just a thing that litter servers now. They are great, but it is just funny how many you find flying around in multiplayer servers nowadays. All right, get all this. We can make some packed mud. Okay, there isn't too much in there, so maybe we won't nab that. I might stick any extra seeds though in the auto composter that I think is around here, so that we can get some bone meal that way. It's annoying you're not a 64 big thing. So where's that composter? Over there. Let's just pop the extra seeds in there. We will grab a stack of bone meal while we're right. Let's head over to the minigame district, which is a bit off this way, just beyond sort of where my rendering horizon currently is. Well, looks like the sun's doing some nice stuff there. It's coming together nicely. So we'll just fly over this way. And the first thing we'll see is Borg's Maze, which I think's around here somewhere. Should be coming into view soon. You see it with the pale oak. There it is. And that was good fun to run with Oni and Fireside last week. And then we go over the bridge. There is another game being set up here, which I'm looking forward to playing. And my game is this one. The undecorated, just mess of things to go. So this is Benito's red/green light minigame, working progress. And I think for the most point, this is working as I want it to. I just need to go through and decorate the thing basically at this point, and then make sure it's loaded up. So I'm in my armor, so I should be fine to do this. So the way it works is we'll hit the button. You can see it's now on. That's what the lights at the top mean. And every now and again, these lights on the bottom will light up like that. And you can see there is a piston down there. When those lights light up, that's getting moved. There you go. And that's basically the detector to say, like, so we'll wait for that to go off. No, whoop, that might have activated. No, we're okay. So we go. Oh, we got to stop. Whoop. And we go. We stop. That might have been too. Okay, I think the timing might be a bit lenient at the moment. We got to stop. I think my time. I think I've overcompensated for the timing. Yeah, this feels too easy now. Let's change this. So these are the bits I'm trying to figure out where the timings need to go exactly. Let's reset all those. Hopefully, we'll be good enough time. So let's go back to the start and try it again. Hello there, Ellie David 1. How are you doing today? Let's give this another go. So, oh, so I'll stop. Yeah, stopped in time. Oh. Okay, again, stopped in time. This time I'm just going to keep going. You hear it click, click, click. That was the dispensers trying to fire. They are empty. I've already gone through all my test rockets on that side, it seems. So I might have been triggering it and it hadn't just picked up. So let's try it on this one where I have some. I can't try it in this one because they're not loaded. Let's just put one stack of rockets in one dispenser so we can test this. So let's pop those in there. I unfortunately do not have time to interact in chat. Oh, so that should trigger. Maybe not. So let's go down here. We've got to stop. There we get fireworks in the face. Oh. Yeah, so I think actually my timings might have been okay, but I was out of rockets. So let's pop that delay back up to 1. And we'll wait till that's off to jump back on the course. So this is just where I'm at now. I'm just testing everything. Okay, we got a lucky streak where we got to the end. Again. Ow. Okay, so this is definitely going to activate it a few times. Okay, no activation there. So I'm just going to try and do it legit. Okay, yeah, so you can stop in time. Yeah, okay, so that timing seems to be good of just one extra tick. So we'll do that to all of these other ones so they all match. Brilliant. Brill. Right, I will quickly respond to this message just in case that's legit. Sorry. I'm typing in chat. Cool. So I need to get all the rest of these tiles in. Oh, let's turn this off as well so we don't accidentally trigger any. So that's off now. You can still trigger it while those are on, but that's just a minor little thing. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this because I have no doubt people have done this sort of design, or like this minigame before, but I did not look up any tutorials. I wanted to figure this out myself. I wanted to build all the redstone, get it all done, and I went through a few test iterations of how I wanted to come down to, and I feel like I've applied quite a nice few redstone things I know from watching various other people like Tango and Impulse and other redstone tutorials online. So like having like a why is the name gone? The pulse extender here. We've got a comparator here that detects what items going through the system. We've got pistons controlling whether a signal can pass through observers. We're using rails. Using rails to control detection because they travel signal quicker. Because I obviously want this very quick reaction between you moving to stop and start to actually go through. Because I don't want there to be much delay of, you know, you stop when you see the light come on, but because the signal's taking a while to travel down, it's just taking a while. So that's why that's there. And then there's some delay on these to also make sure the light turns on. You have a second to react and actually pause before this kicks in and will detect to fire the fireworks. And that's one thing I need to do. I need to make some nice big fireworks because these ones, even when I'm not in armor, I turn it on real quick and go get myself hit by one of them. Come on. I should get hit. Ow. See, it only does like a couple of hearts damage, so I need to make some nastier fireworks to actually kill you. Yeah, we just need to decorate the thing now, really. I feel that's the point we're at. We need to make some signage so people can come play it. I do need to get all the blackstone tiles in still, but that's something we can work on. And that's what all this is for. You know, I want to try and get a mix of, you know, we need a gradient from the blocks we've got. So we're running with the soul sand as the primary block, which obviously we can get the soul sword quite easy from that. The terracotta is a bit of a shift. And then we obviously have the packed mud. The mud, oh, placing it too far. The mud and packed mud as well. And obviously that's quite a contrast, but because we have the blackstone tiles, it might not be too much. And then we obviously have just normal dirt, and I have some coarse dirt in here as well. Just slightly darker. So I think the gradient we want is we're going to go from soul sand to soul soil to coarse dirt to regular dirt, and then we might have a few. I think terracotta's too dark, and I think the mud is also going to be too dark as well. So that might just be our gradient for now. But that saves me having to get mud for now, which is good. So coarse dirt, regular dirt. Let's pick all this up. And we'll fill in these side bits for now. So I'm going to want to use a moderate amount of extra soul sand down here, because we can get this all covered up now. Then we'll weave in coarse dirt and just the regular dirt in a second. At the end here, we don't want this section to slow you down. It's only this sort of middle section where I want the players to go slow enough and not just be able to run to the end, because this is quite a short course. And that's partly because the fireworks don't actually reach you back here. They get to around this point or so. So I don't want to make it too long and have to do multiple little points of firework launching. I like this one, get to the end, and using the soul sand to slow people down feels like the better approach to take to it. Right, so that's all my soul sand. Now, like I said, I have very few soul soil. We're definitely going to have to go get some more of that, because I'm only really going to have enough to... not even have enough to do this bit. But yeah, let's fill this in to see how this would look. And I should have actually done that side where I can see it with the pressure plates, because this is going to look a little odd without them. Let's put a bit of regular dirt in there as well, just to break it up a little. Yeah, I think that when we got all the plates in here and we bring this out a bit more, like, also be over this bit, so this bit isn't just soul sand, I think that will look better. And again, I don't want to put too much of this, because I want to leave room for soul soil. Down here. We can definitely do something like this. Okay, and then we can fill the rest of that side in with soul soil. And then what I want to do is I want to, you know what, we need to fill these middle bits in before I can continue. So let's grab some soul soil. I can fill these in, because I want to figure out a design to separate the three. Oh, exactly enough. There we go. A design to separate the three pathways, which is why I bought the chains and the things like the anvils over. So, put our non-bits away. Oh, I'm not wearing any armor. Let's put that on before I forget and get ganked by something. So I've got a few designs I could play with. So we've got... nope, this way. Got to place them this side. Just the heavy clang, clang, clang of many anvils going all the way down. Which, I've got the iron for this. They are very loud though. So that looks alright. It kind of reminds me of girders. Let me just do the start of this side as well. The very loud anvils. Also the very loud clicking of the plates. Okay. That looks like it might be okay actually. And then we could also put chains going up sort of like this. With some sort of overhang over the top as well. And doing them every other one. It's not going to look as chunky or thick, but also when you look at it from the side will look like a full thing going on. I don't really like how it looks in this angle though. It looks a bit weird, but it might look better when they're all there. So what else could I do? What else have I got access to? I could get grindstones. So you can do the sideways sort of things, or we can do something vertical. So you take these out, do something like this, which I'm not really sure what that looks like. It looks like something. I don't really know what. I don't know if it looks good if we do 2 rows of them either. There's definitely a divider. You can jump on to it, but like that's not the point. I think what's going to come down to actually is what we design the end as, because we've got some very dark colors here. We've got some very light colors here. The difference between the anvils and the grindstone. And I don't want the end of it to be brown because there's so much brown in the floor. There's going to be so much black with the black stone. I think the dividers will have to design when we have the end done. And what I'm thinking is what might be good is those pillagers over there. What might be good is with how I'm working on this, and it's not a quick project, I might be able to hold out for us to have the copper chains rather than relying on the iron ones. They're slowly approaching me. I can see them. Can I take these out first before I go to kill those guys? Right. So there we go. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe for the dividers I wait till I have the access to the copper chains, then I can use the grates and stuff. And we can instead look at these guys wandering around. And I can plan the end build and how I want that to look. So let's go take out our guests. Hello, the game's not open yet. You'll have to come back later. Oh, you need more than 2 hits. Oh, you got an enchanted bow as well. Don't like that. Right, give me your... Is that really the first time I've killed one of these? Wow. I think actually previously I was using flint and steel or lava to take them out, just because I didn't want to have to deal with getting the debuff. But now obviously you get the potion, it's not a big an issue. I'm thinking maybe for once we use brick. It's not a commonly used block, but in this case where we're going for that sort of school ground look, see, a bit more deadly, but having a brick building at the end might work if we put some weathering and texture into it. I think if I actually bring that out one, I can hide the dispensers behind some banners, so they're not as obvious. So I probably have to go get a load more brick. And you also need to just make a way up here, because it's silly having to go around every time. So yeah, we bring this one forward. Like so. Hup. That still gives you 2 blocks either side to get out. And then say we actually have an indent here. Like so. We can give this thing some shape. Just trying to be stingy on my brick blocks because they are expensive. Again, just working out the shape and design of everything here. Something like that. We can then use like granite and other blocks that will go in with that. Yeah, I like the shape. The shape's going to work nicely. So we'll go up like this. And these are going to be part of, this section. It's sticking out. And I'll have to figure out how to incorporate those in a bit. But yeah, we can go up a few more to fill that in. So that's solid. And then I just need to do the same over here. We go 1, 2, and I haven't actually begun there. Right. I'm going to pop torch quickly on all of these, just so I don't get any risk of baddies spawning. I'm going to go up to surround these lights. This is where we probably need to put a divider to go and fall down into the hole. A divider to move up to the next level and how we're going to incorporate those lights. But let's get a view, just see how the shape and color looks. Yeah, I think that's going to work if we get some texturing on it. We could maybe put like a few interesting things on the building itself, you know, make it look like it's got like some building work on it, some scaffolding maybe, things like that. And I think, let's see, how easy is it to see this one when the game's running? Oh yeah, that's still nice and easy to see the lights. We got 2 in a row there, so extra green light, or red light should I say. So yeah, I think they'll be nicely visible while you're playing still. So let's turn it back on and have a look when you get nice and close. Yeah, so you can It's harder to see when you get to here, so I might turn that one into a step. So you get a bit more of it, but you know, you can get... yeah, because you can't do the last step. Yeah, if we change that one to a stairway, you should have a bit more visibility of it. So that's good. Whereas that could have triggered. It probably did, but there's nothing in those dispensers. Okay, so yeah, we need to get red down there. We're going to want copper of some description here for the dividers. That'll look quite good. But then we need around here to do the design where, you know, it sort of looks like a rough playground almost, or like a back alley or an unkept play area. So where you kick a ball around with down the back of an alley or something like that. But yeah. Okay. I also need to get some banners to cover up the dispensers. So I think you can do a brick pattern pretty easily with those. It's just getting the right colours. And again, more dye, because we need to make a whole bunch of fireworks. And then more polished blackstone tiles. So let me dump some stuff here. We'll fly back real quick to the base. And now that's getting a building on it, it's going to look proper nice. And I can make it look like a proper industrial building from the top, because obviously people fly in here all the time with the maze and the other games that are being built. So let's fly on back and hope the world renders in before me. It does seem to be doing. Take up and fly up. There's the base, off in yonder distance. And we can head over there. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the next update. In fact, while I'm here, I can show one thing I've been working on is I've got one of the buildings done for this little village. Or not done, but I've sorted out the layout, I've sorted out the transition blocks that I'm doing. So we have this transition set of blocks which I'm using for the houses, and then this transition set of blocks which I'm using for sort of the walls. So you can see down here we have the quartz, we've got the stripped pale oak, the diorite and the calcite, giving it a slightly more pinky hue, very slight hint of pink in these, whereas these ones are much more clean white. There's less that little saturation in there, so these are a lot clearer. This is a nice little junk pile I have that has a nice little function that will be coming in the next patch, where these two barrels are actually going to feed into my saucer system. And it's coming off the inspiration of Mumbo Jumbo's recent videos. So I've made a item filter here, ready to go. Or, you know, mostly ready to go. With different items, ready for little copper golems that can filter in when stuff comes in. Obviously that will be where a copper chest will go when I have them. And my little copper golems guys can just run around and sort things up here. So when needed. I feel like this is going to cover a lot of my items to keep down here. I am debating whether I want to keep these as barrels or move them to be double chest sideways so I have more storage. That's currently where that is. Or what I could do is I put a double chest in the floor, which would be extra storage. But yeah, we don't have those yet, but I just wanted I was in a redstone mood and like trying to learn things and how to do filters and stuff efficiently. So that's why that was there, to sort of mess around with that and give that a go. That's ready when the patch comes out. So I need my copper chest, because that's got my copper grates in, and copper grates we're definitely going to use in the barrier. I need more red wool than that, so what I might do is... Where's my dyes? They're over here. I'm going to grab one white wool and go dye one of my sheep white. So let's go over to my overflowing wool machine, because this is just always running while I'm here, and it is overfull. Right, so let's get into flight mode, creep down here. Right, I need one of you to change colour. You. Yeah, I might have to get him from above. How do I get out of here? Did I leave a way out? Don't think so. I think this island is actually pretty much the only one that's fully secure. No, I've trapped myself. There we go. Get that out. Nope. There we go. And creep through here. I was going to say, I hope I haven't broken that, but it seems I have. Wow, it's not actually full. There's actually a little bit of space in it. And then there's a hole over here where I can not dye the sheep because it is shears in. So I gotta wait for those shears to wait for the sheep to re-eat. Gotta wait for to be able to eat first. So pop that there. Once he's eaten, we're dyeing red. Pop the things back in. Days. Sheep bars. Thank you, subtitles. Big sip of my drink. Yeah, we'll come back to you in a second while we're gathering our other resources. So, we need more bricks. We need to not land in little one-high holes. And we need to figure out exactly what we want and where we want it and all that stuff. So, bricks. We don't even have a full stack. So, we're going to have to go get some more bricks. We need... What do we need? We need more soul soil, which I need to go harvest from the nether. Got any other stuff for lighting blocks? End rods might be nice to have. Ooh! Dripstone might be another nice transition block for our ground texture. So we'll take some of that over. Do I think any of the wood would also be good on the floor? Probably not. What I can do though is I'm going to do the trick with block off frog lights and white glass to try and make it look like there's a facade of light going on behind it, and that will give my building a bit of light. Yeah, we'll have to go get some. Actually, let's go get some shulkers so I can empty the wool out. Yeah, I have to wait to get. So do I have any empty shulkers? That one's empty. They've got space in for the others, so let's go take these over. Get these filled up so we can empty the thing. Have you eaten yet? You've not eaten yet. Hurry up and eat. That's why I'm glad we didn't wait around. Right. So, grey wool, white wool, light grey, which I can't open there. Light grey. Cool. So, we got white. 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 I'll grab stuff straight from the hoppers in a second. Grab all the rest of these colours, and then I will do the same for that. So light grey, regular grey. Bam. There we got some white. Just to make some room, some light grey, and some more regular grey. I think that was draining so quick because it was coming in from the upper above. Right. Let's kick this off again. Off you go. I don't think it matters which way round it goes from, so let's let that go. Have you eaten yet? Eat your grass. Okay. You can see we've got loads coming in still from all the hoppers that we had down here. I can't get to because the rails are annoying me, so I'm going to have to just leave that to filter through on its own over time. But I can Get rid of them as much as I can. Right, you eating yet? Oh my god, eat sheep! Is it because you're trying to pathfind? No, because this is moss, this isn't grass. Just eat the grass you're on, buddy. It's good for you. Good grass, yummy yummy grass. Have a nibble. Have a munch. Believe in you. While he's not doing that, what else have we got? So we've got our copper, which we've got the grates for. We've got dripstone, which we're going to add into our design. Our frog lights and glass to use as the facade. Or some windows and light in this building we're making. We're going to need a... Do I want a scoreboard? Do I want there to be a scoreboard of some sort? Don't know. And what would that look like anyway? Would it be better in a book, in a lectern? Or would it be better as something that sort of just on a sign? I think on a series of signs is probably better. I don't think I need to go full on scoreboard in a book that people have to pick up and put down. You eat, eat, you silly sheep. So we need some signs. We need to make some sort of board to do the rules. Remind people to set their spawn because this game can kill you. At least once I put the more powerful rockets in. Whoop. I'll sleep real quick just in case the sheep's been thrown off by the fact it's night time. Happy days. Right, let's head back over. I just want to dye that sheep before I head back. It's all I want. He just needs to be red so I can start getting stuff for banners. Nope, don't need to go down that. I will in a minute, but not yet. You eating yet? Nope. So that's good on here. We should have some more. We've got stuff going through the system now. Bam. It's probably lost. I don't know if I got that or not, but not too fussed about a single wool when I have so much. Jeez, that's already restocked. I think that's because the hoppers directly under the sheeps are probably full. And it's finally able to take them. God, this one sheep doesn't want to eat. Right, that white box is full, so let's go take that back. Got a lot of stuff. Let's check. Eat. It does annoy me a bit you can't dye them while they're sheared. I wish you could dye them when they're well, when they're sheared rather than just when they're fluffy. So let's go back over here. We'll drop off the white wool chest and the extra few we got. Hopefully now the sheep will be red. We can give them the thing and we can move on. And then I got to figure out how I'm getting a bunch of bone meal and stuff like that. Right. Nope, not done that. Over here. You eating? Nope. Do I have to sit and watch you? Skeleton rattles. Hold on. Where's the skeleton? There he is. Heh. There's like one little area a skeleton could spawn. That's amusing. Definitely has no dispensers in it, does it? Yeah. Eat your grass. I'm hoping that skeleton will just spawn in time. I don't think I need to worry about him too much. Should only be one mob taking the count up, if anything. So, not super concerned about him. I'm more concerned about this one sheep. And what you don't want to eat. Good. That we are really stacking these blocks. So, get these out the way. Go drop these off. If he's not eaten by the time I get back this time, we'll just head back because I want to do some stuff. I want to build some things, you know. Sit here and watch a sheep all day. So yeah, let's go check the sheep. If he's not eaten, then we'll leave him for now. You disappoint me, sheep. Disappoint me. Let's pop the shears back in for now. All the different durabilities and not just going to what she's going to eat. But you. Oh, he knew. Oh, oh, he knew. Hey, Dr. Borg. Hello. Right. So let's head on over, and we're gonna get really annoyed at our sheep for a little bit longer, because right in front of me as well. Like if he'd just done it after I'd left and I didn't know, wouldn't have minded. But he did it as soon as I'd refilled that set of dispensers. He knew what he was doing. Right, go away that. We've got this. We've got this. We've got these. We got that. Biff, baff, boom. Right, back at the district. My electric is still good. It's all good. Yeah, now we've got a bit of texture with the dirt, and I think that's going to help break it up a lot. I should have got the pressure plates. That's my bad for not. So, but now, how does the dripstone blend? Quite nicely. So what I'm going to do just for now, just so I can walk over this bit, I'm just going to fill this all in dripstone. I will texture it later, just so I'm not falling down a hole. Yeah, I feel that's a acceptable color. Right, so I want to add some of the lights in here. So can I put, I can put that there, with that in front of it, except we don't want that there. Is a silk touch? This is silk touch, because we don't want to be contending with the light above it. So we'll keep that as brick for now. And what we can do is we can just put in some of this granite just for the sort of weathering, just so I can get enough so I can make some stairs from the brick. So we'll weather it with granite. I need one more so we can make stairs. I think I have a brush that's just tucked back here. Bam, there it is. Give me brick stairs. I know I should have done that with a stone cutter, but yeah, that's better. You can get right to the end and still see the light now with that there. So we'll do that for all of these. Oh, don't need to take one out for that. It's already high enough. So up. Nice. So yeah, that will help. It's probably worth mirroring at the top as well. So that. How's it look with the glass in front of it? But probably the white glass is probably not the right use, because that is a bit harder to see now. No, you can still see it when it lights up. Man, that's some bad RNG for that one. It does blend in more when it's off, so maybe, but we'll have to try it with the different lights. Okay. So. We've got that. Let's have a look now. So we're going to need more brick for this. At the sort of grate that I'm thinking. So if you put these too wide, you only see one side of the grate. See, it sort of feels like there's just a fence here. So that might be what we want. Now, the orange, definitely too much with that. The green, I think it's too much the other way. And bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. I think it's too much the other way. So if we come back here. Yeah, but I reckon not only these are waxed and now they're going to be unwaxed. If we go to like this sort of level, where they are all at least 2 down, that have a couple that are a little older, then if we do something at the end here, just so you don't see it straight on. See, these are not the actual blocks, but you'd only see it. But they only merge when they're the same level of oxidization. So you can see that one's merged. But you can see, that's a single color. Okay, so we'll need them to all be the same level of oxidization to get the effect we want. But I think that can work, so we pick all these up for now. What we can do then is you'd put the weathered bits along here. They're all merged together. That you get the same effect on the other side. Let's see, it's here, so it only looks like it's one wide. I think that will probably be the better way of doing it, and that way I don't have to worry about explosions hitting you on each side. It's slightly annoying. I have to make sure they're all the same level of oxidization. You see, if I add this one here, you can see that bit in the middle that you can't on that one. I don't like that, which is a shame. We'll have to bear that in mind. So this one, for example, would work. I just need to get more copper grates. Then I could do things like putting the chains over the top. So yeah, when you got that, yeah, it looks like it's only one thick and you can really see more of the other side. And you go on the other side, it's the same way. That middle bit looks thicker. Cool, yeah, I like that. We want it to be... Need to unwax all these so they can age. Which is funny because like it looks like there's a change in the block, but it's doing that thing again where it's just unconnecting the texture. Yeah, now that's fully oxidized. And what I can do as well is the trick that having oxidized stuff in among it oxidizes it quicker. So if I just put a few of these in like so, it should speed up the oxidization. Just to help get it to the stage I want it a bit quicker. Nice. Okay, so we'll leave that to age. That's our design. Get down to this stage right here. The one where it's one off from being fully oxidized. We'll put some more stuff down there. It does mean as well you are a bit more obscured on seeing the other teams sort of dispensers, but you can still see the lights, so you can pay attention to all three at too high, which is nice. And then we'll also have the copper fences and line along the top as well. See how those look when they come out in the next patch. Okay, so we know what we're doing with that section. have to like think of something to put at the end as well here. Because having it look too wide here isn't what I want. Right. So I need brick. Yeah, that'll do for now. And then we could do some of the little tricks and trips you do to make things look a little busier. So for example, these bits down here are very sudden. Now, they'll probably stay like that because of the banners which are going to be hanging over them. But, you know, we're going to have different areas which stick out more. So you can see, let's get some scaffolding, because I'm pretty sure I have some in my chest. That's my copper chest. There's my scaffolding. So we can go up. So here is where we sort of need to do something different. So I think if we come out one for all sides, again I'm going to try to use some granite to keep things a bit less costly at this point. And we want to come one. Again, these can be stairs because we're going up into a sort of wider section. So brick. That. So let's fly on down. Yeah, I think that'll look good if we change those to stairs. Then we carry on up. Do some sort of window here. So what I could do, I could bring those lights forward one as well. And then there's nothing stopping me bringing these a little closer over here. Or just having one above each section again, because kind of like they're kind of separate. But if anything, what I probably could do is shears. Bring them just to be one big light. And then save a bit of redstone, because I'm pretty sure just having that one would light them all up. Then, don't have any bricks, but yeah, we can use granite for now. Yeah, I think I would want to bring this all forward one. It's fine, because we've got the redstone from moving the others. So just pop those there. Pop these here. And something like this. Again, just so we can see the idea of the shape. So catch you that. Let's fly on down. See, I don't like how they connect like that. Okay, they do still turn on though, so that's the on switch. Off again. I think. He's still flashing on. I suppose there's still a light going around the thing. I must have turned it off just at the right time. So I don't like how they connect like that. Do they connect to walls? Maybe. But either way, we're getting into the gist now. So what we could have over here, for example, is we could do something similar, where we do the Ocker frog-like trick, where we put these here. Out, and we'll do the same over this bit. Again, just using these for now to get the gist. 2, 3. Okay. I'll change all these blocks up later. So let's whoosh on down. So it looks like those are on. It's that one. The game is now running. Off, that stops. good. Yeah, I like that. I might want to move the ochre lamps back one. But I'm liking the general vibe of how this is looking now. This is the right sort of thing I've got going what I want. Got a few more. So if I move these back one, and just to save me going all the way back again. Yeah, that's better. I think I'd have to extend them down and around either way. It's fine. Okay. I need to do something about where these connect, or don't connect, should I say. Yeah, I think that looks better. That like, oh, there's a light on in there, kind of vibe that I've got going for right there. Happy with that. And do I want to move these back as well? Maybe. Think they're going to look better. Not sure. Are they going to be as clear to read? This one, I don't think it matters as much, because these are just the indicator that the game is on. They're not the indicator that you need to stop or anything. They're just the you can go, you cannot go, you can go, you cannot go. So I think that's okay. I might have to change how this works to run up something like one wall short. Let's take this one. No, give. I put that there. You can have 2 more lanterns top, and then I have the sort of same shape I have over there. It's hidden. Like so. Cool. So, do I have any more lanterns in my redstone chest? I don't see any. Here's zombies, which is concerning. Yeah, I don't see any, so I'll have to go get some more, unless I'm being blocked. Why are there pumpkins in here? I have to get some more to fill that out. So that will be the clear game running indicator. So those are in. And then that's probably about as high as I need to go. I don't want it to be like a skyscraper or anything like that. So that's fine. That'll be all we really need for the windows. The small ones down here. Bigger ones up there, which I can fill in with some better glass and some texturing and all that. Change a lot of this to stairs, fill in the gaps, change that to just be plain glass, I think. I think the white glass isn't quite right for it. So we can work on that. We need more copper grates, which, you know, how do you actually make a copper grate? 4 blocks. Okay, that's not too bad, because I think we've got a whole bunch. So because I want to get them aging, let's make these now. So if I just go all the way down here, because we want these to get aged. Then on the outside ones, we only need 1 layer anyway. I don't know why I broke that. Close to the end. Still got a way to go, so yeah. Gonna need a few stacks and just to leave this to age for a while. And I'm not too worried about... Do I have any unwaxed blocks? No, they're all waxed blocks. So I'm probably gonna need 2 stacks. Not 3 to finish this. Get all those in. See how long they take to age. probably quite a while. Nearly there. Yeah, I think when you've got the nice long stretch like that, it looks pretty good. And they're all going to be at the same level of oxidization. Like I said, it is going to take a while to get there. I know we probably should spread these, but I don't want to. It's a simple answer. I don't want to go through that. So we're just going to do one layer here. We'll come in and fix the bottom later. And I'm going to just stack this all up. So it's all in place and I have the right number I need, and then I can just let them age in time. So I think one more stack should do it. Oh, these are all waxed as well. No, I've got to de-wax them. Ah. Ugh. That's that. Good thing I noticed now though, rather than like 2 days later where I'm like, why have they not changed? So yeah, let's finish this row. Let's fall in this hole. Then let's jump back up. Not on the soul sand. We'll get all this in. And yeah, I'm hoping the other hyperminers have fun when they get to come try this game out. I wanted to try and make something like, obviously it can be done single player, but I wanted to make it so people had the opportunity if they wanted to actually be competitive and race with it, which is why there's 3 tracks if people want to do it at once. I don't think we'll need any more than 3. Like, we might get 4 or 5 people come at once if we're doing well. I do need like half a stack more. This is very expensive. I do think we might have more people come along, but if that's the case, take it in turns at that point, because I think 3 is enough for now. We'll go as far. Yeah, because that last one's going to be a different type of block. Ooh. And now I'm going to go through and wax all of this. So where's that break where I got to? There it is. You can see where the blocks change suddenly. I can basically do all this. It's going to eat into my axe's durability, but oh well. I wish, well, maybe it doesn't, I just don't know it. That copper oxidized quicker in the rain. That'd be a neat feature that actually like incentivizes you waiting for it to rain. Just going through spamming these. In case there's any that are waxed. Here we go, here we go. Here's where we hit where we just place the new ones. Unwax all of these because we want the age, and then finally we're going to have to wax them again when they're 1 off from being fully oxidized. Because the full oxidization I think is 1 too much for what I want. And this one's at the end. We get these ones, yep. And then we can do the same down this side. And we will just need to hope this does not take forever and a year to actually oxidize. But knowing how copper works, it may well do so. There we go, no, I missed one. And last side. Now, I don't know if waxed, fully oxidized copper affects it, but what is the point of it being waxed if it's fully oxidized? You know, it's not going to gain any more. So if I have some, yeah, we have some here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these into these. I'm going to turn those into those. Because now what I can do is I can just place these every so many blocks. And that will increase the oxidization. Not a massive amount, but hopefully enough to speed it up. Pop these along here. 3 along the side. And then I quickly remove the wax from them. I don't know if that will impact the spreadingness. Yeah. Can I get back up? Oh yeah, I can get back up from over here. Yeah. Right. Now we just got to do these ones. There we go. That's all of them. Right. So now hopefully we should start seeing some oxidization. It's not going to be quick because these are all quite bundled together and are going to be preventing each other from oxidizing. But that's why we have these ones to try and balance that out. But we're getting there. It's coming along. It actually looks like it's becoming a real thing now rather than just a bunch of redstone on the floor. So I'm liking that. Very much liking that. Alright, what's next? We need to gather soul sand. We need to gather bricks. Oh, hey, zombie. We need to figure out a facade for the back and side of this thing, as well as the top. But as most of the redstone's underground, I'm not too worried. It can be quite thin, this. It just needs to come out that far to cover this. We could probably terraform the back to hide it with terrain. But yeah, so I can look at doing that. What I want to do before we do end is I want to at least get all the polished blackstone tiles in. So I'm going to need a couple of stacks of those. So let's fly on back. I'll also grab a stone cutter while I'm there to bring back to work on here. Where I obviously need to cut the brick and the granite. Let's fly on back. Just throwing out wool as we go. Confuse anyone who goes flying past or exploring that little area. Fireside's bit should pop into... There's a tiny bit of snow there. Fireside's thing should pop in any second. Bam! There it is. Mine just behind it for another tiny bit of snow. Not quite enough, so that will do. Whoop. Smooth. Right. So, I need a stone cutter, which means I need a bit of iron. Bam. I think I need smooth stone for it. Yep. It's my stone cutter. Yes. Hello. So, what else do I need? I came back for that. I came back for polished blackstone. Let's do... Okay, we'll do 5 stacks, just because then I definitely have enough. Because I think the other one used 3. Then if that used 3... Yeah, we'll use it somewhere. Blackstone's not hard to come across with the gold farm, so 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's only 3 full stacks, so we'll take some blackstone with us in case we do need some more, but we've got our stone cutter now as well, so we can change it while we're over there. And that's the very least we want to get done before we end. We do want to get all the blackstone in, but actually looks like how it's going to look to actually run the course. I swear there's more snow on the way back than there is coming from it. That's weird. Right. Nearly back. There's the maze on the right. Sleep in the bed real quick when I get here. I also then just need to, decorate this front area so it's clear. Whoa, there's a cool little bit of lighting that we had there. Just looking in this one direction, I wonder. Shaders. Enable. Well, that's just grey and depressing compared back to the sunset. Yeah, I want to sleep. We don't want rain and we don't want mobs, so pop this here just so we've got it. And now we can fill these in. Click, click, click. I'm going to be doing another trip in a bit to go get me some soul sand. I'm just thinking where I need a lot of bones for the rockets, because I just need a lot of plants. It probably means I could set up a wither skelly farm. Yeah, I think I made the right amount of stacks for this. So we're going to put all these in. I'm going to get through most of the next stack, but not all of it. So that is a good sign I made the right amount. And man, it's interesting what ends up being expensive in these sort of builds, because one of my original designs needed so many comparators. It was not good, not a good amount of comparators. But changing where I was trying to detect the changes of these soul sand blocks, which is why I changed in the end to use rails. So I was like, that's cheaper than a load of comparators. But then they have their own cost of being a load of rails, because I need every block to be detected. Now I need all the blackstone to also be applied. I think from above that's quite a nice look for the 3 different paths. And I think once the oxidization's gone through a bit more, filled out, it'll look nicer. So we've just got the game's working now, minus the rockets. So it's on. Yep. Let's give it a quick test run. So I know the top half is all good. Take my armor off, because I may die from this. Cool, right, so the middle one is set up with rockets at the moment, so it's green light, red light, green light. Oh. Okay, I thought I might have left that a second too late, but it seems I'm okay. Oh. Okay, we're okay. Oh. Oh no, they're empty. They're empty, these ones. Did I put them back over? They're back on that one. Okay. We'll run back. That's my bad. I forgot I took them out and moved them back, because yeah, we were testing on the other one. So yeah, let's give it another run. So currently red light, right, green light. Oh, ow. So that's one interesting thing, is when it bounces, it can trigger it to be fired again. Oh, was that in time? Okay, that was in time. Oh no! Oh, that's what I think is going to get people, the doubles. Okay, wait. Okay, go. Go. Oh, stop. Okay, I did it. Go. Stop. Don't get greedy. Go. Go. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we took 2 hits on the way, which I think I definitely needed to make the rockets hit harder, because that you shouldn't. I don't want people to. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I can make each row a different level of rocket, so you have more lives. So like an easy, medium, and hard, so you can have more mistakes. Yeah, I definitely like the idea. I like how the redstone timing seems to be working, where I was mostly making those because I knew what I was doing, but there was also a few, I did screw up and I got hit, and I can adjust those timings quite easily with, where are they? It's these ones. If I take or add a tick to the, well, if I take off any more ticks to these, it will become harder. So that is an option I have, that I can quickly do that. So yeah, if I find people are finding this a bit too easy, I can make it harder. If people are finding it too hard, I can make it easier by adding another repeater in there as well. So that is another option I have. But yeah, okay, so happy the redstone's working. I will want some other people to come and test it. I need to finish decorating this area because at the moment it is messy. We'll finish these bits properly in the next patch when we have the nice access to all the copper variants that we want. Cool, yeah, just checking because I noticed that they don't connect to text on the other side, but that's fine because they're not touching. And then we'll have the exits. I'm thinking maybe having another set of pressure plates here that will fire a green rocket vertically, maybe off from the sides here. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to fit that in because, you know, we've got. Oh, actually, we've got a bit of space here. Because if we put it here, a bit of dust, bring that down underneath, and I think that's the same on the other side. Yeah, smack in the middle, we could have a pressure plate that doesn't trigger anything else. This one here. It's like a little victory firework to go off. That'd be quite cute. And I think if I've got the room to add that, I probably should. So, yeah, let's have a look at how that would be. So, you get to the end, there'll be a pressure plate here. That could power this block below. We send the signal out that way. One in the middle, we'll have to bring down because it's come out here. But yeah, actually, let's go do that. So let's go grab my redstone. So we need 4 dispensers, you know, 2 each side. Some redstones, some repeaters. And then we need our wall blocks to mark where we're doing the things. So having you, and come down here and put a blob of redstone. This shouldn't trigger this piston. Yeah, nothing else triggered from that. You are independent, not in contact with anything else. If I bring you down here, then I need to take you out either side. Because at the moment you'll power the rail, now you shouldn't. Let me grab box. Let me grab a lever. Just so I can test when this is powered. Does it power anything else? No. Great. So then we want to bring this down all along here. I'll have to do something about this line over here. So we want that there. That there. Go out either side. So, and the next one would be there. So bam, 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 bam. That's good to know that the signal will fully travel from there all the way to the other side, because that means I don't have to do any smart repeater stuff other than this. And then we do the same on the other side. Except we're limited over here. So for here, we'll bring it this way. Because now I can go up and over. Okay. So then when you get the signal come from any of those pressure plates, this will go up. And that's probably actually pretty good. For where I'd want that, because that would then fire a rocket out there. The building's not going to be touching that bit. I do also want another one here. So how do I get that one over there? If I put that there, will that power that? No. Good. How do I get that out without hitting that is the question. What might be better to do is that. So, and we change this. So we run this wire to there like that, because we need to do that. Cool, that triggers. Does that trigger that other one? Let's just put a firework in it for now. Break that. Yes, cool. Yep, so that's this side done. This side's a bit more janky just because we've got to work around the other wire. And actually, that needs to be one lower, so that's fine though, because we still have the wire running into it. Just there. Cool. So they will fire off the victory rockets on this side. Then on this side, we want them... Ooh! Yeah, okay. We have to push you back one. So you only go there. I'm going to go there. I'm going to have to power these ones from this side. Because if I power them from the other side, they will trigger other things to happen. So... There we go. That's where I've gone to. So, if I do that, I can come up to this early. Yep. Don't think that's going to trigger anything else. Nope. Then I think this will work. Yep. And do the same here. So we'll change these to wool. That's not powering the rail. That's not powering that block. But when this powers that, will that set this off? So let's test real quick. Look at that there. Will that? No. But I can test that by putting a rocket in here. Press that there for now, just for testing. Now, if I stand on this, it doesn't. Amazing. Brill. Cool. So that's our victory fireworks setup. Man, that's tight. So let's put that there. This feels a little janky now at this point, but that's fine. That will work like that. We can cover this all up. And then we can put in the victory fireworks when you get to the end. Hit that. It's hard to turn on at the moment. So if I turn that lever off, now if I put a firework in each. So you've got a firework in you. You've got a firework in you. Come on. You get a firework in you. You get the firework in you. Right, when I stand on one. Okay, those two fired for here. Okay, these ones aren't firing now. Why are you not firing? You're stuck on. Why are you stuck on? Is it because... Yes, it's because you are self-powering. So I need to drop this by one. That should solve that problem. I need to put a couple of rockets in these. I want to check. Yep. And does the one over here also fire it? Yes. So we can have the victory fireworks go off either side when someone wins. Happy days. Nice. Okay. I think we are redstone complete. I think that's it, other than adding the 3 more lamps up there, but the wiring's all done for those. Yeah, redstone complete. Let's go put my extras away. And again, I'm quite happy because this is, I think, the biggest redstone project I've ever done on my own. Like, I've done other more complicated redstone projects, but it's always been following a guide. This is the first one I've done from scratch. Like, everything here I've figured out myself from knowing what other thing. Well, I say everything I've worked out. Like, I didn't. I obviously looked up what a pulse extender was to make this. I know how comparators work when items pass through from other places, but all the components fitting together, that's all been my own working things out, and I'm really happy with how it's come out. So, green dye, I've got loads of green dye because I've got loads of cactuses from my cactus farm. Red dye, I need to get a load of roses. Just a load of bone meal. Not hard in itself, but just a little time consuming thing to do. So that's something to consider. Let's pick this up because that's my copper chest. I don't lose that. So, what do we want to put for these end bits? Let's go with wood anvils work. That's a rocket. That doesn't look bad. Maybe go one higher, each of them. So, whoop, 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 whoop. And a hop, and a hop, and a hop. Cool. I need to replace that block with something else. But quite happy with that. And then we could have like the sort of railings go over the top. What can I replace for the starting button? Thinking of some more brick actually. Bigger more brick down here as a sort of rule of wool. Wall of rule. Not rule of wall. Wall of rules over here. I don't know if I'm going to put a separate bed for each station or just the one, but I think redstone complete now. It's just a matter of decor. Let's see, what else do you want to start? I don't think much I have here is suitable other than things like putting these in at the start. Let's grab this. We want to leave some of the salt soil in. Yeah, the rule wall is going over here. I definitely want this bit to be a bit more muddy. So, right. We want to make sure the dirt is far from the grass as possible. So I'm going to do a line of coarse dirt all the way around just to stop any spread. Like that. Now I know there's some diagonals. This is just so I know where that's going. We've got some packed mud which I use to fill in those corner bits that I've just mentioned. And then if I put, oh no, you'll spread like this, that shouldn't have any grass that can spread to it. Have to keep an eye out on it if it does. Mix some coarse dirt in with that as well. So at the moment it is a lot of very clean dirt almost. This bit is very suddenly boxed off, so let's put a couple of those in there. And we can put a bit of salt soil also down these ways. I do want some more packed mud on this end. I think that looks quite good. Give it that sort of that vibe that we're going for. Yes. Yeah, I think that's good now. I'm going to take you out, turn you in the coarse dirt so I can put some regular dirt there. And hopefully, yeah, no grass will spread on this bit. And then I can fence it in with some sort of gate. So let's actually. So if this is where sort of starting from. So we could just go like. That's annoying. You don't connect in a nice way. Oh, that's really annoying. But we can just do this for now to get the vibe. Okay. Then, do we have access to a nice black stone wall? Get 10 of those. Because what I'm thinking is we go up, go up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we can pop the light on that. Now that is quite chunky. So I'm going to do another one on the other side using a bit less. So let's do that for now. So I can whoop. You go one out. Which do I prefer? Which do I prefer? I think actually what I might prefer is neither. And do something like that with trapdoors on it. Might be, yeah, I think that's going to be better. I'll put some trapdoors on those. Do I have any wood or trapdoor-like things on me? No. So I have some over in these chests over here. Let's go have a look. No. I don't think so. Oh, we could actually use the wax bulbs. Or the copper bulbs. I actually think about it. I should have, yes. A few more in here. Those might be even better for what I'm going for. Yeah. So take these out, pop you in, and then do I have a button? No, but I can make a lever. Nope. Just turn these on. Actually, what I could do is something like that. Almost looks like it's attached to the bottom. Yes. So, bam. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now, what I'm thinking is the back of that. Let's try changing you out for you. Yeah, I think that works. I think it looks a bit more counterbalanced that way. So let's think one more. So, pop that there. Now, let's pop the sign down. So, Bonitos, green light, red light, game. Cool. Now that can be our little entranceway. I think we will move this. We'll move it over to that side. Because it looks like, yeah, because we have the start button over here, it makes more sense to move it this way. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anvil. Hello, wandering trader. I see you wandering over here. Let's go to you. We've not seen any grass manage to sneak in yet, which is a good sign. So we will do that there, but we will keep these going down for a bit more. This will sort of be where the back of it will be, I think. And then over here we can just go all the way, joining these up. Again, not a real barricade, but just low one. You're going to have all the items in. No, yes, that was the side we didn't. Brilliant. So let's move the bed over here for now. I'll put another sign on this one that says make sure you set your spawn before trying, so people don't go in, get themselves blown up. We'll have a rule and scoreboard over here, I think, because we could then hide this redstone. Although thinking about it, I should be able to find right on how redstone works, which, you know, a bit of a bold claim. One shy. So let's go get my redstone box. Literally one in here, perfect. We pop you there, does that turn you on? It does, but we're now one block off reaching that, so that's fine. That's easily fixed. No, the problem is the next one we're going to reach. Nope. So we have to move everything forward a block. I think that's going to be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, we need to go one more. But that's fine. There's loads of room over that side, so okay. That should now be working. Should be able to turn the game on again. Yes, that's working. The light. Don't you dare. Don't you waste my rockets. Have you got anything good? No, you don't have anything good. Get out of here before you break my thing. Get. We don't want your kind here. We don't want random people selling stuff in the market district, in the gaming district. We have a market district for that. My inventory's a mess. Right. Let's dump everything back in here. Dump chest. I don't need those. Okay, right. So we need to put some signs up. We need a wall of some description to put the rules on. We need to cover this up, which that won't be too hard. We'll just put something along here. And yeah, I just need to make a load of rockets and some banners, get some bricks to fill in the walls. And we're looking good. We're looking good. Okay, right. So I think we need to go get... Oh yeah, I was going to put some dripstone in this flooring actually, so that will give it a bit more variance. Again, just to mix things up a bit. Don't mind the leather, it's fine. There we go, we've got a bit of texture in here now. This bit's a bit samey. I don't use too much dripstone because it's the lightest of the browns that I've got going on here. I'm going to put you there either. Yeah, I'm overall happy with this. I'm happy with how it slows you down. Like even sprinting, you can't do it that quick, and sprinting, you're probably more likely to set off the rockets, which is good. People have to take off all that armor and stuff first, so that's not a worry. Oh, you know. Oh, look, I did it, you know. I probably want to put some sort of gate here so that random mobs don't activate the pressure plates. Or my green rockets, my winning rockets. But yeah, we can figure that one out. Yeah, definitely need these to age up though. While there's a lot of orange and reds going on here. I also need to get a load of honey so I can be ready to wax them to stay at the stage just before. This is going to be this. Oh, I should make it so you can come up here to a viewing platform and watch people run. That would be good. I can make a little balcony up here. Yes. I like that idea, having a viewing balcony. This is one of the things when I was over here watching Fire and Oni play Scrabble, there was like, there's nowhere to really view because they're up here in their little domes. So I was just sat over here in that tree and sort of bouncing around here, watching them play. So yeah, viewing platforms, good to have. Chess and checkers does have viewing platforms. Is very good. I like these lights. Yeah, instead we just had this parkour that I ended up making just to kill time. Whoop! I'm not good at it. I am definitely not good at this. Point proven by the fact I can't make the first jump. I made this, but I am very bad at parkour. Yeah, it's a whole little thing where you've got ladder jumps, you've got vertical fence jumps, you've got a long jump to the trapdoor to get onto the building. Yeah, it's a fun little thing to set up. But yeah, I'm liking the mini game spread that we're starting to see pop up here. Yeah, it's interesting to see what all the different Hyperminers come up for. So, got the entrance tent. We've got my game over here now, which I'll try and think of a better name for than red light, green light, because you know it's Minecrafty. It's got to have something Minecrafty in its name. Yeah, we'll work on that, and then we need to this area. So we need to get bricks. We'll also take this back, and we will also grab my redstone chest. Grab all that. I'll put this box over here because it's just got stuff that I need for this bit in general. So put that there. And right, let's go get some bricks. It's the right way. Yep. Oh, that looks so much better than where we started this morning, though, where it was just a load of brown with some holes in the ground for some redstone. Definitely actually looking like we got some good stuff. Good stuff here now. So let's head back. And I can't remember if my villagers let me trade for bricks or brick blocks. So we'll have to go check that. Just over that ridge. Let the world load in. There it is. Slowly emerging. Let's go have a look if we do have brick trades going on. Whoop. Hello, my stonemasons. You do. Okay, great. Let's go grab there's some emeralds down here. Grab some more while we're at it. And give me your bricks. Give me your bricks. Give me those bricks. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, I'm less worried about that now. Trading these guys up so I can get that. Have you just reset? Yeah, let's just do a full village trade while we're here. Grab some pumpkins. You've not reset. You have. These guys are so finicky back here. Sometimes they reset, sometimes they don't. You've not, for example, but you have. So it's like, what is your rhyme or reason for what you do? You've not. Okay. More bricks. More bricks. Let's quickly make a couple stacks of actual brick blocks. Oh. So glad I got this set up. Like, it's not a massive one, but it's very useful when I need it, that I have just enough. I mean, look, that's probably enough with the granite as well. That's probably enough for us to get to work. So, what color signs do we want? Let's go with pale oak, because I think white on red will be a nice contrasty color. So let's grab some pale oak. White wood is down there. So we've got some pale oak trapdoors. We'll take them for decoration. But we don't have any. Ooh, yeah, all my pale oak's down the bottom. So we ain't got any, but I do. It's just down there. Let's swoop on down. And let's grab some pale oak. I have one sign. Not going to be enough, so we'll just take the wood, go with that. Do I need anything else while I'm here? Got the bricks, we've got the fence with the sign. We've got everything else we need to sort of spend some time. What I can do though, before I go actually, is we need green dye, and lo and behold, my flower farm has a load of cactus. So what I'm going to do is just empty a bunch of stuff into here. Just give me all the cactus. There we go. We'll just go whack that in the super smelter before we lie. Lie, damn you. We'll just go whack this up in it, and one day I'll finish this building as well. Out. Right, in you go. All the cactus. Start unloading. So that stops, we'll set it off. And then, pretty sure, yeah, you'll be fine on fuel. That's probably hunky-dory. Off you go. There they go. Cool, so they can be smelting to give us plenty of green dye. We're not going to be having any trouble with our green rockets thanks to this thing. Which I suppose when I said like the minigame was my first real redstone project, it's kind of a lie, because we've got this thing, which is the first real one I've done on the server, which I definitely have improvements I want to make. I just haven't had time to get to them. Right, let's go build our sort of brick facade. The sort of where we're going to be putting our what do you call that? Our instructions, our rules, our how to play guide, and then we can nearly have it set up and ready to be run by the other hyperminers. Because once I get the front building, you know, at least decent, I'd be happy to open it while I'm still working on the back of it. So let's fly on in. Let's make... Did I move the crafting bench, or did I just get rid of it? I think I might have just got rid of it. Might have left it somewhere. Did I leave it in here? I did! Cool. So let's make 23 sticks, please. Let's make a bunch of signs. And we're going to take this one down just so we can match up the colours. So that's not a sign. That's a sign, right? Those green light, red light, challenge. Check rules. Okay, and set spawn. Move, store items. Cool. So I'll put more rules over there along with that. I think I had some barrels over here. Yep, we do. So we're going to make a sort of a lean-to that we're going to put the bed in. So let's do this. You need to be a full block. It's full. And then let's also go up to there with full block. We will pop the button there so it can still be turned on. Go up 3. I'm thinking on the inside to actually do walls rather than a full. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gives it a bit more texture. Yes. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Like so. And then we can use the trapdoors as a sort of, like I said, a little lean-to shack. Yeah. Going with that sort of grungy vibe of this area. This is a little lean-to, so we want to sign it here. Rules, spawn, storage. Here. This map is good. So let's just for now pop some signs. Let's make some more as well. I want there to be plenty of signage here. No one can be confused. I can't put anything on that. Nope. Oh. So let's just beat me to it. So let's move to here. We'll make some storage like that for people just to drop the stuff off into. Little bed there to rest in. Don't think we're really going to need much else in that section. But we'll make this area look like a little rundown storage area as well. Just so it's like part of the decor of random things being strewn about. You drop stuff off. So 1. Unequip all gear. Store in barrels. Def probable. 2. No sprint, jumping, or soul speed enchants. I mean, what else? What other rules are there? It's just reach the end by staying still. Ever the lights are. Let's change this real quick, actually. Pop lights indicate game active. Press button. Then on/off. It's button 2 on/off. Cool. So reach the end by staying still whenever the light at the end of your row is turned on, moving will equal a penalty. What's another word for a punishment? Punishment. So what I'm thinking is if I move these so they're red top to bottom. So copying this over. This one. Days. 3. Up to 3 players at once in diff rows. All rows identical. But now they might change. 4. Have fun. You may die. I try again. It's annoying that I wish I could shift this all over. Scores. There you go. So that's there if people want to do it. And over here I'll put the rules and spawn/storage here. There you go. So hopefully that's clearly signposted. You come in, check rules and set spawn, store your items. All storage here. Top light indicates game active. Press button on off. Reach the end by staying still whenever the light at the end of your row is turned on. Moving will equal punishment. 1. Ripple gear. Storing barrels. Death probable. No sprint, jumping, or soul speed in chance. 3. Up to 3 players at once in diff rows. All rows identical. 4. Have fun. You may die, but try again. Time if you want. Scores. Let's change that from scores to time. Times. Nice. Okay, so this is now set up as if we were really going to be doing this. So let's have a quick game. Got to do this properly after all. Right, turn you on. Light is on. And I'm going to wait for that to go once. Oh. Okay, go. As soon as it stops, I moved. Oh, I didn't do that in time. Ah. Oh, I think I walked right into that one, so that's probably going to... Oh, every time I go to move. Okay, go. Oh, that was going to be close. Okay, can I do it? Now, I'm debating, do I want the rockets to be 1 shot or 2 shot? Okay. Because at the moment, I could take 3... I could definitely take 4 or 5 rockets before I die, which is too few. But is 1 shot too much? That's the question we got to figure out for how powerful the rockets will be. Let's empty... Well, that's not emptying our inventory, we're refilling our inventory. Only on 1 shy. Right, sort my inventory bar back out. This mess. Tell you, when the shelves come in, they're going to be very useful. I'll probably put some here to help people store their stuff. That would actually be really useful for storing things. Yes, shelves are going to be so useful for storing minigame items. Because you just have free we have 4 sets of 3 in a row. Let's go bam, 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 bam. You're done. So yeah, oh, the game's still running. Let's turn that off. Over and put a sign to say that? No. Okay, cool. So hopefully that's all working. I need to do some rockets. I need to do some building up here. So let's go over here for a little bit. We want to build that sort of viewing platform as well. So come up there, and then that's where we want to bring out the viewing platform. I don't think we're going to want to go all the way up with these. I think that's probably going to be about it. That's as high as we're going to go. We're just going to make this bit sort of... No, we will go higher on these bits, just a little. Just like that. And then this bit won't be going any higher. Yeah. These bits will come in like so. This bit will be that you can view down from somehow. We'll figure out that exact method some point. For now, what I'll do is that. Yep, that works. Then we put some roofs on, put some stuff on, cover bits up, fall down here, fall down some more. Let's just fill these bits in for now. So we know, and we get that good shape in, and we know exactly what we're working with. That will be a stair later, but for now it's that. And then we got to do some stuff around the side and an Enderman. A bit dark there. Yeah, what is the light level? Okay, so we're pretty low, but we're not at any risk. Ooh, can mobs not spawn on the grate? Not aware if that's so, but there's no light level being picked up for them, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so this looks like it's working. We've got our viewing platform up there. We'll make that into some building stuff. We'll make a way up there. It's off. And we've got our rules and stuff. Yeah, I think we're good to run. Let's make a couple of stairs. Oh, it's so slow going down here while sprinting. And sprint jumping doesn't help. Because we want that to be a stair. I wish there was like an iron gate, because I'd like this to be you only enter and exit from inside, but I don't want to use an iron door to do that. Okay, yeah, I'll have to decide, do I prefer it with or without the glass on it? Maybe without. God, I'm so slow on the soft sand. So slow. Oh, how are we looking then? Other than getting the building done, I think we're good. We're ready to open. I'm clearing up all my mess of stuff that's over here. Yeah, I can tweak things with this quite easily, like how often the light turns on. So let's go down and do another quick once over the redstone now we're there. So we'll go over it bit by bit. This is just a line that sends a signal all the way down to where the majority is, which then just toggles this copper bulb on and off. I have a button over here so I can do it closer. And this is, you know, the easiest T flip-flop in the world. Send a signal to a copper bulb, put a comparator out of it. If it's on, it has a strength. If it's off, it doesn't have a strength. Let's turn it off for now. While it's on though, this piston is extended. This piston will be detected when it gets extended and turn a pulse into it. That pulse will dispense one item from in here. Should be another item in there. Should be a stick. Has it gotten stuck somewhere? Maybe I picked it up by accident, but yeah, there definitely should be a stick in here. So let's add that in, because there definitely should be 3 to 2 on what happens. What happens is, first when this gets activated, it gets detected that the wool has been pushed in here, sends a signal into it and through it, dispensing one item. The item will loop through this hopper chain till it gets to here. As a comparator, whatever is detected will trigger here, which just goes back and spits out another item as long as the game is on, because while the game is on, this is here and you can see goes in there, powers that, item comes out, one comes in, comes out, comes in, one comes out, comes in, one comes out. Pretty refresh cycle. So there's a chance you like that, you do get the double in a row. But you have slightly more chance of not getting that happening. But I can change the rates by the amount of individual items I put in. Like if I add a pumpkin, it's now less likely for the eyes to turn on. If I add another non-stackable, like a hoe, then that will change as well. So that's just running, constantly keeping itself going. When one of the non-stackable items, like the sword or the shovel, comes through, we get 2 signal strength, which then sends it into these 2 different routes. We have this route, which goes to those pistons with a pulse extender, because obviously the item only goes through there for a very quick moment. You saw how quick that flashed on and off. But when the right one comes through, which hopefully we'll see in a second, you'll see this one again flash for a second and send a signal up there. But this one will stay lit for a little while. I'm not going to get one now, because I want to point out how it works. It's not going to happen. Wow, okay, I might have to... There we go. So you can see those lights stay on for a little while, turn it off. That happens. There's another signal coming round from this way into here, and that's to keep the light up here to each of the 3 bulbs. That's just to keep that lit long enough for the whole detection cycle to be active. Now, I'm not sure... Oh, I see why it's flicking. It's flickering because we have one delay here, and we have another delay here. I can fix that quite easily, actually, by if I take this out and put it here. I think that fixes that flicker. Let's just have a look. When something comes through... but now it's turning off too early. What if I pump that up? It's still turning off before that. Okay, so... Yeah, because we don't want that turning off before there. We don't want the feeding back in. So we'll have to we might have to figure that one out. We might put a delay on that one of an extra tick. Maybe an extra 2 ticks. Because yeah, we've got that delay going in there. because we want the light to turn on first. We always want the light to turn on first so people have time to react to it. But yeah, I need to figure out how to get that time instantly into it, but we can figure that one out. That's not a massive problem. I think the other one I had was another repeater going in here, so rather than going through that delay. But yeah, we can troubleshoot that. Maybe the flicker's kind of a nice extra warning. But yeah, that's what that does. It keeps the lights up here, these three lit, and as long as the pulse extender is on, they're lit, as well as an early flash. Then what this is doing is, while the light is lit, it's extending these three pistons, which lets a signal come from that observer. And those observers are basically forming long chains where... I'm going to free cam just so I can get in here. Every single pressure plate up here corresponds to a line of powered rails. When you stand on a thing, it turns that rail on. This observer will take that up. If it does, it will power this rail, which will be put up with this observer, so on and so forth. And basically, whenever you move, it sends a signal all the way from whichever rail you're standing above to its observer to this single line that runs all the way along down to here. If the piston's powered like that, it will travel through and go through to trigger the dispensers. If it's not, it will just fizzle out and not do anything and just trigger that. So technically, you can wiggle back and forth. You can wiggle back and forth on your pressure plates and it won't send a signal. You can kind of see that down there. But if I go side to side, you see a brief little flash. And those flashes are what... There you go. Those flashes are not doing anything till the light turns on. And then those flashes will get sent through up to those. And then we've just added this extra little feature at the end where you step on these and it'll trigger these. Completely separate. They're just twisty-turny through there. And that's it. It's got a lot of redstone in it, but in my opinion, it wasn't too complicated redstone. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I'm gonna spend some time getting... I'll turn it off before we leave. That's just because I don't want stuff getting stuck in hoppers or anything. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here for today. We've been going for 2 hours and I've made some very nice progress. I just need to tidy up, do some little minutia building work and some resource gathering. And some more carrots, it looks like, as well. Yeah, thank you if you stopped by and checked out the stream. Always nice to have people coming in and see how things are going. And we can we'll be back for more, hopefully. I'll try and get some of the people to run this with me. We'll see if we can get some free player games going. Hopefully this will be oxidized by then. So yeah, thanks everyone. I'll see you later. Toodles.